On Ask Angie, Gary wanted to know, why don't we ever put red wine or whiskey in the freezer? Great question, Gary. I'm going to tell you why. So when we put higher proof alcohol like vodka, for example, in the freezer, it doesn't really freeze. Actually, whiskey won't freeze either. But what happens is it makes the consistency of the liquor a lot thicker. So it changes the mouthfeel, and at the same time, the cold temperature actually mutes a lot of the aromatics. So you don't smell or taste as much once those liquors are in the freezer. And that is why you're seeing a lot of people will actually put their vodka in the freezer, because you're not really buying and drinking vodka for the aroma and the flavor. In fact, putting in the freezer helping it have a better mouthfeel. But when it comes to whiskey, especially the really fine whiskey we're talking about, you're really buying it because you want to enjoy the different aroma from the long wood aging and the careful curation of this whiskey. So by putting it in the freezer, it will, one, change its mouthfeel, making the whiskey thicker. That's not quite as bad as the fact that once it's frozen and once it's really cold, you will not be able to get a lot of really great nuances in a whiskey that you're drinking. However, if you do think your whiskey is a little too harsh and the alcohol proof is a little too high, especially on some of those single barrel stuff, it is very highly recommended to drop a couple of drops of water in your whiskey, because our tongue actually gets shut down when you're tasting anything over like a 40 proof alcohol. So it's actually recommended to drop some water in your whiskey to lower the alcohol proof so you can enjoy more aroma. Again, it's about maximizing the flavor and the aroma that you get out of a whiskey. Now let's go back to wine now. When it comes to wine, same rules apply. When you make the wine cooler, especially a red wine, it does mute a lot of the natural flavor and aroma that you bought the wine in the first place for. So you don't want to put that thing in the freezer and just, completely wipe it out. And more importantly, when you put a wine in the freezer, because it doesn't have that 40 proof alcohol like your hard liquor, it will freeze and explode. Trust me, it's learned by sad experience by putting champagne in the freezer for way too long. So you don't want to do that. I hope this helped answer your question. If you find this video helpful, please consider subscribing to my mailing list on angiesong.com, where I will send you email updates on all the wine information just like this one. You'll get all the great wine deals I got to offer. So what are you waiting for? Thank you very much for watching. Until next time.